Hey all you great ones. So you know that we have been talking about the ongoing issue with our Jeep and how crazy the steering is. And guys, you know that I've been working on it for a long time now. And I'm no joke when I say we literally just drove all the way to Salt Lake City, Utah to get our Jeep worked on. Mike with Z Motorsports. If you have watched our channel, you have heard me talk about Mike with Z Motorsports over and over and over. He is an absolutely fantastic guy. We literally walked up to his door and he's like, hey, nice to see you. But I'm not joking. We drove, so here's the Jeep sitting in his shop. We just drove 1,400 miles all the way from Houston to Salt Lake because I'm at an end with my Jeep on trying to fix it. And Mike was like, bring that piece of crap up here.
I didn't quite say it that way.
Okay. He said, bring that fine quality piece of equipment that you've been struggling to work on forever up here. We will try to figure it out. So I'm going to flip it around here for just a second, but I'm going to say this one more time. You really should check out Mike's channel, Z Motorsports on YouTube. He has probably some of the most informative, if you're into the motorhoming side, which you know we're diverse in our channel. If you're into the motorhoming side, he probably has some of the most informative videos there are about fixing stuff on your motorhome. If you're into Jeeps, he has the most informative videos you've ever seen about doing an LS swap. And let me show you right here. This beast right here. I'm going to try to get the fender right here just so you can see it. Yes, it's probably backwards on camera, but it does say 6.2 LS3, I believe, Mike?
Yep.
6.2. And it's how many horsepower?
I think it's 4 1/4.
425 horse in his Jeep. His video series on doing that conversion was crazy ridiculous. I'm talking about down to the nut and bolt. You will know what you need to do if you want to do an LS conversion. Look it up. Mike, Z Motorsports on YouTube, top-notch guy. Opened his shop up to us here and said, let's try to fix this Jeep. I'm going to flip it around here. We're going to walk around the Jeep for just a second, though, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we try to change to see if we can fix this fine quality piece of equipment. All right, so guys, y'all have watched all the videos you've seen. I've changed all the steering linkage, the ball joints. We have measured and measured and measured stuff. It's like every little thing gets a little tiny bit better, but nothing cures it. So we literally went over this thing today from end to end. We measured from common points on the frame rails to the axles, side to side, remeasured the caster, everything that we can possibly measure. And Mike's going to tell you the same thing. We're really not finding anything like super just crazy definitive. We're literally down to changing, like, what was the biggest number, Mike? 1/4 of an inch?
One axles, the passenger side axle slid forward about 3/16 of an inch.
3/16 of an inch. We're finding wheelbase differences in the Jeep. Now, you know, we've done a lot of caster adjustments and really played with it back and forth. And I had made one more adjustment before we took off to come up here, but I hadn't actually drove it. And when we got up here and unloaded it, it's undrivable again. So we've worked on it. We've made some more adjustments to it. We narrowed down the wheelbase from side to side. We had found one bolt on the lower control arm over here where there was a difference in the wheelbase, 3/16 of an inch. So we got that readjusted. Well, not we, Mike. Mike got that readjusted. I feel helpless here. We got that readjusted. We checked the side to side. The Jeep is actually quite centered up on the track bars, surprisingly. I really was kind of shocked that it was actually as good as it was, but we measured the rear axle to the frame on a common point from side to side. The rear axle was really, I'm going to say honestly, really just dead nuts on. Of course, you know, we still have the stock bars, so there's really nothing we can change back there anyways. But the track bar adjustment was great. Front track bar was really good. Like I say, the only thing that we came up with was just the difference in the wheelbase. So we got that changed. Our caster angle is actually right about a little over 6.2 degrees, I believe. We were real close on. So all there is now is drive it, See what happens. I had to be sure and include in here also, if you'll remember, we did our 500 subscriber giveaway. And Mike actually won the prize that we gave away, which is right here. And if you remember, that was actually quite a long time ago. I believe it was before Christmas now.
I can't remember, but you didn't have to drive 1,700 miles to deliver it.
And so in here is a 1-inch kinetic rope, some shackles, some soft shackles, and this is what we gave away, and Mike actually won it. And I did reach out to Mike, and I was like, send me your address, and I will mail you all this stuff. This was last year, guys. So right now, this video is being shot in real time. It is mid-March, and remember, these were gave away last year. And I actually talked to Mike, and I told Mike, I said I would send these to you, and we actually made a deal where I was going to hand deliver these from Houston, Texas, all the way to Salt Lake City. So finally, thank you, Mike, so much. And congratulations, sir.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, but you didn't have to drive 1,700 miles.
I mean, UPS would have been cheaper.
That's service right there.
That's what we do here, though, guys. I told y'all all along the way, as we reached benchmarks, 500, 1,000, 1,500, so on, we were going to give away prizes. And as promised, and Mike was one of the first ones that jumped on the YouTube channel. He's been a very instrumental part in helping us with the motorhome and obviously the Jeep, as you just saw. And I can't thank him enough for his hospitality. So thank you, Mike, very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll see y'all down the road. Bye, guys. Okay, so I know the question on everybody's mind is, finally, is the Jeep fixed? No, it's not. As y'all saw in the video, Mike, zmotorsports, we measured everything, guys, and we looked for tire wear, anything and everything on the Jeep, bolts, nuts being loose. Oh, it's bright out here. Wheelbase measurements. We have all new linkage, all new steering box, all new control arms now. Since the video was shot in March when we went to Utah, it's now well into the end of April. As a matter of fact, I just got home yesterday from Jeep Jamboree as a trail guide in Oklahoma at Crossbar Ranch, first annual Jeep Jamboree. So even since we've gotten home, I've still replaced parts on it. All new rock crawler control arms, adjustable uppers, adjustable lowers, front and rear. Thank you, Scott, for those. And no, the Jeep is still not fixed. Everything that we found, Mike with zmotorsports, we just can't find anything, guys. There is no slack in the steering. There's no slop. There's no wear in anything. There's nothing loose. Just cannot get the Jeep under control. If you take off down the highway, it just literally gets to just tracking just back and forth ever so gently. It's not bump steer, nothing like that. But you never know which way the Jeep's going to go. When it decides it's going to go left, it's going to go left, and you overcorrect to the right, and it shoots back to the right, and next thing you know, body roll is on, and you can do nothing but just get on the brakes and get the Jeep back down, you know, literally almost to a stop to get it back under control. So, I don't know. We're down now to tires. Maybe it's just tires. I don't know. We're almost to the point where we're going to have to start pulling components back off the Jeep and changing back to, I don't know, stock parts, I'm assuming, until we can just figure out what we have done to the Jeep that has made it where it's undrivable now on the highway. You know, everybody's product that we put on the Jeep, I've been very happy with, so I just don't know what it can be. I have, and guys, I'm talking about, like, okay, we've got some players in the game, I mean, really across the YouTube community helping us with this stupid Jeep here, trying to figure it out. Mike, again, with Z Motorsports. Ben, JK Gear and Gadgets. I just had a whole entire lengthy conversation at Jeep Jamboree while I was up there with Ben. We sat around after the trail rides are over that night in the shop with Mike. Mike Jury, not Mike Z Motorsports, Mike Jury, talking about the Jeep and everything. And Ben, you know, asked me what all I've changed and what we've done, and he was looking at the Jeep with me. So, I mean, it's not like we're just shooting from the hip here. I mean, we have some pretty key guys working on this Jeep trying to figure it out. I talked with Josh Dodsworth, American Iron, while we were at King of the Hammers, you know, the ball joint deletes. I talked with him about it, and I don't know, we're just at a loss really now. So I guess until you know, BFG, we love y'all's tires. Guys, we would really look for some help from y'all guys, maybe. Let me borrow some tires or something. I don't know what to do to the Jeep anymore to make it drive. And I really don't want to have to take people's products off here because we are so tickled to death with how they perform off-road, right, that I don't want to sacrifice that just so that I can drive the Jeep on the highway again. So until then, I mean, it's just destined, I guess, to become a trailer queen everywhere we go. I guess, which is fine. I mean, I never intended the Jeep being totally off-road. I really wanted to be able to drive it some, but I just can't. It's just too dangerous now. So, BFG, if you're listening, help, please. Ben, JK Gear and Gadgets, thank you so much, Ben, for helping me also. Mike Jury, Mike Z Motorsports, Josh Dodsworth, American Iron, all you guys rock. So until next time, the saga continues. We will someday try to figure out what is wrong with the Jeep. Till then, we'll see you guys later. Next time on A Long Way to Go. When you're in Salt Lake and you're surrounded by absolutely drop-dead gorgeous mountains full of snow, what's the one thing that you would do? Let's go somewhere flat.